Hello everybody, this is Apba Brian with Apba Baseball Classics, and I'm out here on my balcony today and spraying a table with clear protectant, this table over here. And yes, I see those herbs in the background I forgot to cover, and wife and I have already kissed and made up. She is very patient with me. Well, I thought I'd take a minute while the table dries to talk about today's pitcher in the all-time greats tournament. He is 6'6" tall, and his good looks got him appearances on several TV shows, like the Beverly Hillbillies, the Brady Bunch, the Donna Reed Show. He was on the Munsters as well. He was a good-looking guy. Don Drysdale came up with the Brooklyn Dodgers in 1956, and they had several injuries to their starting staff, so he was used as a spot starter, and he pitched well. He pitched an ERA below 3, and became a full-time starter in 1957 in Brooklyn. And right there was when his reputation as a headhunter got started. There was a time when he was pitching to Johnny Logan of the Milwaukee Braves, and he hit Logan in the back of the neck. Logan ran to first base screaming at Drysdale. Drysdale screaming back. And then he went into a stretch for the next batter and threw over to first base, not to pick Logan off, but to drill him again. And he did drill him again. So there were a number of years where he led the league, not only in earned run average or possibly wins, but in hit batters. Everyone knew not to dig in against Don Drysdale. Willie Mays once forgot that Drysdale was pitching, dug in both feet, and then realized who was pitching and called time and covered up the holes. Drysdale once went up to Mickey Mantle during the 1963 World Series and asked Mantle, "Where do you want it today, big guy?" Drysdale was an effective pitcher. He grew up in Van Nuys, California, which is in the middle of the San Fernando Valley in Los Angeles. And I lived in Van Nuys, or right next door to Van Nuys in Reseda, California for many years. It's in the middle of the valley, and of course I thought a lot of friendly people lived there. They had a little airport there as well. He was a middle infielder in high school and didn't pitch until I think his sophomore year in high school. But he grew up playing the middle infield, throwing sidearm, and so he maintained that style of throwing even as pitching. And that also added to the intimidation factor. He had a great fastball, had a good slider. He was the National League Cy Young winner in 1962, and by 1963, he and Sandy Koufax formed the most intimidating pitching duo in baseball. He's our pitcher today. They face the 1969 Baltimore Orioles, and he'll be facing Jim Palmer. Join me as we play Game 2 and Game 70 of Game 2 of the series and Game 70 of the all-time greats.
Take me out to the ball game. Take me out with the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jack. I don't care if I ever get back, for it's root for the home team. If they don't win, it's a shame, for it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game.
As all Game 2s are, this is potentially an elimination game. If the Orioles win this game, the Dodgers will be eliminated. Don Drysdale is the home pitcher. He's ready to go, and Paul Blair steps into the box. 1-6 is a ground ball to shortstop. 6-3. Mark Belanger makes the first play of the ball game. We're using basic Apba all the way, and the fielding column for Baltimore is a fielding column 1. Dodgers are fielding column 2. Don Buford steps into the box. 1-2 is hit on the ground. It's a roller to second base, or X, not a roller to second base. That's going to be a strikeout. Drysdale's first strikeout. Boog Powell. The owner of Boog's Barbecue today at Camden Yard, 63, is 32. A fly ball to right field. Tommy Davis is under it and makes the catch. That's the end of the first inning. 3 up and 3 down. We go to the bottom of the first. Dodgers coming to bat. Jim Palmer takes the mound, and Maury Wills steps up to the plate. 31 is a 9 against the A. That's going to be a ground out to the shortstop. 6-3. 1 away. Junior Gilliam. 43 is a roll, and that is a ground ball to third base. Brooks Robinson has it. Throw to first. 2 away. Both pitchers are grade A pitchers. Willie Davis, 51, is a ground ball to Mark Belanger. 3 groundouts, and the Dodgers are retired. We go to the top of the second, no score. Brooks Robinson leads off for the Orioles. Ground ball to third base, 5-3. Or actually shortstop. Maury Wills made that play. That was not Brooks Robinson. That was Frank Robinson. Here is Brooks Robinson. 41 is going to be a ground out to shortstop as well. Now the second baseman, Davey Johnson. 22 is going to be a base hit, the first hit of the game for the Orioles. Johnson's at first, 2 outs. Average speed at first base, and Mark Belanger. .54 is a fly ball to right field. Tommy Davis is under it and makes the catch. We go to the bottom of the second inning. No score. Tommy Davis leads off for the Dodgers. 21 is a fly ball to left field. Don Buford is under it, and he makes the catch. 1 down. Troy Cowher, a very promising power hitter, comes to the plate. 21 is a swing and miss for strike 3. 2 outs. Ron Fairley, who was not in the lineup yesterday, he's playing first base today. Here's the pitch to Fairley. 45 is going to be a base on balls. Catcher Johnny Roseboro. 55 is a 8 against an A with a man on first. That's a ground ball to third base. Brooks Robinson has it, throws to first, tires aside. We go to the top of the third. Orioles nothing, Dodgers nothing. Catcher Andy Etchebarren leads off the third for the Baltimore squad. 51 is a 9 against an A. That's going to be a ground out to shortstop. That's the 4th play that Maury Wills has made in this young game. Here is Jim Palmer. 1-3 is a swing and miss for strike 3. Palmer goes back to the bench, a strikeout victim. Drysdale's second strikeout. Here's Paul Blair, a very athletic center fielder. 25 is a 8 against an A, is a pop out to Ken McMullen at third base. 3 outs. We go to the last of the third. Nothing. Ken McMullen leads off for the Dodgers. He'll be followed by Drysdale. 1-5 is an 8. And that is a pop out to Brooks Robinson. 1 away. Drysdale is not a bad hitting pitcher. He hit in 1962. He had 7 home runs and batted 300. There's the pitch to Drysdale. 35 is a 22 against fielding column 2. A ground out to first base. Pitcher covering. 3-1. 2 down. And to the top of the order, and Maury Wills. Wills was 1 for 4 with a stolen base. Played well on defense yesterday. Here's the pitch. 45 is a 14. That's going to be a walk. Fast runner at first, Junior Gilliam. One, 2 is a 25. That's a ground out to the second baseman, Davy Johnson, who goes to first. And that's the end of the third. We go to the top of the fourth, no score. Here's Don Buford for the Orioles, the number 2 hitter in the lineup. 26 is a ground ball to third base, or X. Drysdale's got the X, so that's a strikeout. Buford goes back to the bench. Here is Boot Powell. 61 is a ground ball to Maury Wills at shortstop, who has been busy today. Frank Robinson. 26 is a ground out to second base, 4-3. Go to the bottom of the fourth, still no score. Here is Willie Davis. 62 is a 26. That's going to be a ground out to Davy Johnson at second base. 1 away, and the Dodgers are still looking for their first base hit here in the fourth inning. Here is Tommy Davis. 65 is a pop to the catcher. 2 outs. Now Frank Howard. 51 is a 9 against the day, ground out to shortstop, 6-3. So those A's are turning a lot of hits into outs. We go to the top of the fifth. No score. Brooks Robinson, who always has time for the fans on autographs, leads off the fifth for the Baltimore Orioles. 46 is a 27. That's going to be a strikeout. Davy Johnson. 1-5 is a pop out to third. Ken McMullen makes the play, and now Mark Belanger, who had his best offensive season in 1969, hit 287. 35 is a ground out to Maury Wills. Wills has had a play in every inning defensively. We go to the bottom of the fifth, no score. Well, the pillows are clean. There's been almost no traffic on the base paths. Ron Fairley steps in against Jim Palmer. 35 is a 37. That's going to be a strike. Here's the 0-1 pitch to Ron Fairley, the Dodger first baseman. 45 is ball 4. Third walk by Jim Palmer. Dodgers are still looking for the first hit. Slow runner at first. They'll play it safe. Johnny Roseborough comes to bat. All right, Brooks Robinson is playing in, expecting possibility of a bunt, and he does square around. Here's the pitch to Roseborough, 53-18. First on an error by the pitcher. Palmer fumbles the bunt. E1. Fairley's at second. Roseborough is at first. And they're going to still play it safe with Fairley. Here is Ken McMullen. Nobody out. Brooks Robinson still playing in, expecting that maybe there might be yet another bunt. And there will be. 23 is a 29. And that is 2 strikes on the batter. Robinson steps back toward the base. He's going to play deeper. Here's the pitch to McMullen, who's not bunting. 41 is a 24, though. And that is going to be a 4-6-3 double play, with Fairley going to third. Now 2 outs. Don Drysdale. .24 is the roll, and that's a strikeout. We go to the top of the 6th inning. Nothing but zeros on the board. We're at the bottom of the Baltimore Oriole. Andy Etchebarren is the hitter. 65 is a pop out to the catcher, John Roseborough, 1 down. Jim Palmer. 43 is a ground ball back to Drysdale, 2 outs. And Paul Blair. 1-1 roll for Blair. That's a hit column roll and could be extra bases. 52 is a single. That is disappointing. Get that second column roll and only get 1 base out of it. There's a fast runner at first. Here is Don Buford. Two outs. 53 is 15, fielding column 2. Hit by pitch ball. First and second. Might have been crowding the plate too much for Drysdale's comfort. I think through his career, if you hit against Drysdale, your team had better than 50% chance to get somebody hit at least once during the game. Here's Luke Powell. And when he led the league in hit batters, is usually a number like 20 or 18 hit batters. There is Luke Powell. First and second. 2 outs. And this is the first time the Orioles have got a runner in the scoring position. Here's the pitch. 21 is a 32 fly ball to right field. Tommy Davis is under it and makes the catch. That's the end of the top of the 6th inning. We go to the bottom of the 6th, no score. The top of the Dodger order in last year's 1962 National League MVP, Maury Wills, steps into the box. 33 is a single for Maury Wills. That is the first Dodger hit of the game, and maybe he'll get something started here. Junior Gilliam comes to bat. He's got an extra 31 on his card, which always usually entices me to try and hit and run. Here's the pitch to Junior Gilliam. Wills takes off stealing. Here's the pitch. 1-5 is an 11. That's going to be a single to right center. The runner goes to third. And the Dodgers have first and third, nobody out. The Orioles, not expecting a lot of runs in this game, are going to play the infield in, at least for this first batter. Here's the pitch. 24 in a swing and a miss, strike 3 by Willie Davis. Big strikeout for Jim Palmer. And Tommy Davis comes to bat. Infield is going to be back. They're going to try for a double play. Here's the pitch to Tommy Davis. 46 is a swing and a miss. Strike 3. As it turns out, the infield could have just sat down. Palmer is striking him out. Frank Howard, 2 outs, middle of the corners. Here's the pitch. 21 is a swing and a miss, strike 3. And after the Dodgers get first and third, Palmer strikes out the side and takes the Orioles to the 7th with no score. About Don Drysdale, Frank Robinson said that whenever he played Drysdale, he'd go home exhausted, feeling like he had just wrestled a bear. Here's the pitch to Frank Robinson in the top of the 7th inning. 55 is an 8 against an A. That's going to be a pop out to third. 1 down. This is the point of weakness inning for each pitcher. And Brooks Robinson rolls a 24. That's a fly ball to center field. Willie Davis is under it, makes the catch. Now Davey Johnson. 32 is a ground ball to second base, fielded by Junior Gilliam, and throws the first. 3 up and 3 down. The Orioles are out in the 7th. It's Baltimore nothing and Los Angeles nothing. Similar game to yesterday's game. There was no scoring until the 9th inning. Ron Fairley leads off the 7th for the Dodgers. 6-6 roll. That's a hit column roll for Ron Fairley. And 1-4 is a single, but he steals second on the next pitch with that 11. I give the catchers a chance to throw out the stealing runner. Etchebarren's a 7. And this is the chart I use for that situation. So 11 through 16, he'll be out. 64 through 66 will be an error on the catcher. So here's Fairley on his way to second base, and the throw. 52, Fairley is safe at second with a leadoff single and a stolen base. That brings up catcher Johnny Roseborough. He bunted the last time up, and Palmer fumbled it. He's going to square one up again, try to square up and lay it down again. 15 is a 10 on the bunt, and that could be, that's going to be an out. No, what? I take that back. It's going to be a single. The runner on second base. The runner goes to third, and Roseborough, who is a fast-running catcher, beats out the bunt, and Dodgers have runners on the corners for his second consecutive inning with nobody out. Orioles will play the infield in. They're pitching to the 8th place batter, Ken McMullen, third baseman. Infield is in, no outs. 23 is a 29, and fielding column 1. That's a ground ball back to Palmer. Throws to first. Roseborough goes to second, but Palmer checked the runner at third. He holds at third. Now the Dodgers have runners on second and third with one out. Here's Don Drysdale. He's going to try to get something in the air. Infield is going to play in and try to cut this runner off at the plate. Roseborough's at second. Fairley's at third. Here's the pitch to Ken McMullen, 43. It's a 12. That's going to be a fly out to fairly shallow left field. Fairley's going to tag up and try to score, and he is thrown out by Don Buford at the plate, 7-2. It's a double play, and that ends the 7th inning. Here's the pitch to Mark Belanger. 45 is ball 4, and that makes Drysdale a grade B pitcher. All right, Andy Etchebarren comes up the bat. Runner on first, no outs. 62 is a swing and miss. Strike 3. Here's Jim Palmer. Ken McMullen sneaks in at third base, thinking Palmer might try to lay one down, and he does square. 54 is a 32. That's going to be a bunt, and McMullen has it. Throws to first. A sacrifice, 5-3. With Belanger going to second. There's 2 outs. Top of the Orioles order, and Paul Blair comes to bat. He's got a man in scoring position. Here's the pitch. 1-1 roll. That's a hit column roll for Paul Blair. 63 is a double, and Belanger will score the first run of the game. It's the Orioles 1, Dodgers nothing. RBI double by Paul Blair. Don Buford. Drysdale stretches. Here's the pitch. 26 is going to be a ground out to third base, 5-3. But the Orioles score 1 in the 8th. We go to the bottom of the 8th. Baltimore 1 and Los Angeles nothing. Maury Wells will lead off the Dodger 8. He's singled, walked, and grounded out to shortstop. Here's the pitch to Maury Wells. 1-2 is a 25. It's got an X modifier. He doesn't have an X, so it's a ground out to second base, 4-3. 1 down for the Dodgers. Here is Junior Gilliam. 6-6 roll, that's hit column. And 51 is a double for Junior Gilliam. former Negro League player, will be in scoring position with one away in the middle of the Dodger lineup coming up. Okay, I've got to go back on that fatigue thing. I had it backwards. That is the third thing for Palmer. There's 2 singles in the 7th, and now the double. So we lower Palmer's grade from A to B. Drysdale has only had 2 marks against this, so he should still be an A. I don't think that would have changed any of the results, because that 6 was a 2-column roll. That wouldn't have changed the double that Blair hit. So we carry on, but Palmer is now tired. He's a B. 1 out. Get him at second. Here's the pitch to Willie Davis. 26 is a 29. Ground out to first base, pitcher covering. 3-1. Gilliam goes to third. That's 2 away. And now Tommy Davis. .44 is a 7. That's going to be a, since he is a B now, that's going to be a hit and a run will score. Single. Gilliam scores. RBI for Davis, and then we're tied 1-1. Frank Howard. There's 2 outs. Here's the pitch to Howard. 64 is going to be a swing and a miss for strike 3. And that ends the 8th, but the Dodgers on the double and the single by Tommy Davis tie the score going into the 9th. Baltimore 1, Los Angeles 1. All right, again noted in the top of the 9th inning, Palmer is a B pitcher now, and Drysdale has only given up 2 marks, so he's still an A. Pitching to Boog Powell. We remember what he did in the 9th inning yesterday. Here's the pitch to Boog Powell. 1-4 is going to be a fly ball to left field. This does not have the distance, though, and it is caught by Frank Howard. 1 away. Frank Robinson. And we remember what he did in the 9th inning yesterday. Here's the pitch to Robinson. 22 is going to be a single. That's a base hit for Frank Robbie. Fast runner at first. Here's Brooks Robinson. Sometimes his average didn't show exactly what he could do. He was a clutch player. Here's the pitch to Brooks Robinson. That's 3 things against Drysdale. Now he's a BXZ pitcher. So pitch to Robinson from Drysdale, who's now tired. It's a 28. And that'll be a ground out to the shortstop, 6-3, with Frank Robinson going to scoring position with 2 outs. Davey Johnson. This is a big moment in this game. The Orioles could take the lead with a hit. Here's the pitch. 1-6 is a 28. It's a roller to shortstop. Maury Wills has it and throws the first. 3 away. We go to the bottom of the 9th. All tied up 1-1. All right, tired Jim Palmer will be taking on the bottom of the Dodger order, Ron Fairley, Johnny Roseboro, and Ken McMullen. Fairley is 1 for 1 with 2 walks. He's been on base all 3 times. Here's the pitch. 1-1 roll for Fairley. That's a hit column roll. 35 is a double for Ron Fairley to lead off the 9th inning for L.A. Timeout. The new pitcher is Pete Rickert. No, it might be, I think it's pronounced Reichart. Pete Reichart. Grade A pitcher, XY strikeout, and Z modifier. He was a fastball pitcher, and I recall being a kid watching him warm up at Municipal Stadium in Kansas City. They warmed up in front of the dugouts along the warning track, and I was watching Rickard throw his fastballs when he was warm up, and then, I don't know if they did it on purpose, but he threw one past the catcher, and it went through the screen behind home plate and into the stands. That's how hard he throws. All right, Johnny Roseboro comes to bat. A base hit here could win the game for the Dodgers. We have left-handed pitcher against a left-handed batter, but you don't advance the first batter again if the pitcher is an A pitcher. So Rickard stays an A pitcher. Here's the pitch to Roseboro. 21 is a fly ball to right field, and that is going to be the first out. Frank Robinson makes that catch. Runner holds. Third baseman Ken McMullen. 22 for McMullen. 7 against an A. That's going to be a ground out to third base. 5-3. Anything other than an A, that would have ended the game. But this is an out with the runner going to third. 2 outs. So a strong Oriole bullpen keeps them in this contest. Timeout. All right, Moose Scourin will be called on to pitch hit for Don Drysdale. And warming up in the bullpen for the Dodgers is Bob Miller, who we saw in the last series, played on the 71 Pirates, as well as the 63 Dodgers. Reichert to Scourin, 2 outs. Fraley on third. 1-4 is going to be a fly ball to left field. That ends the 9th inning. We're going to go to extra innings. Score tied 1-1. All right, new pitcher for the Dodgers to pitch the 10th inning is Bob Miller. He'll face the bottom of the Oriole order. Miller is a grade B pitcher, reliever. He can go 2 innings. His point of weakness comes up in the 2nd inning. And he's a Y modifier. Mark Belanger leads off for the Orioles. 1-6 is a ground ball to the shortstop. Maury Wills. Belanger is retired. Here is Andy Etchebarren. 32 is a roller to second base. Junior Gilliam makes that play. 2 outs, and now a pitch hitter for Baltimore. It'll be Elrod Hendricks, left-handed catcher. Here's the pitch from Miller. 51 is a base hit for Elrod Hendricks. All right, Dick Hall's warming up in the bullpen. We're at the top of the order, and Paul Blair is the batter. They're going to not play it safe. He is a slow runner, though, but here's the pitch to Blair. 46 is a ground ball back to the pitcher, or Y, that's a strikeout. So Blair strikes out because Miller has the Y modifier. That's the top end of the top of the 10th. Still 1-1. All right, we're going to have a new pitcher for the Orioles, actually a new battery. Dick Hall will be in to pitch. He's a grade A reliever, ZZ modifier. And he's going to bat in Andy Etchebarren's spot. Etchebarren goes out of the game, and Elrod Hendricks stays in to catch. Here is Maury Wills, and the Dodgers like to have Maury Wills lead off the inning. This is the 4th time in this game he's led off, and he's been on twice. Here's the pitch to Maury Wills. 32 is a ground ball to second base. Davey Johnson has it, throws to first, and the very quick Maury Wills is retired. Junior Gilliam, 2 for 4 with a single and a double, and he scored the Dodgers' only run. 54 is a fly ball to right field. Frank Robinson's under it and makes the catch. 2 away in the bottom of the 10th, and here is Willie Davis, the center fielder. 6-6 roll. That's a hit, column roll for Willie Davis. There are a few 5 or 6 ones in the second column. Let's see what happens. 61 is a double for Willie Davis. Fast runner at second base. 2 outs, and here is Tommy Davis. I think he was the National League's leading hitter in 1962. Also had a very good offensive year in 63 as well. Here's the pitch to Tommy Davis. 65 is popped to the catcher, and Elrod Hendricks is under it and makes the catch. That's the end of the 10th. We go to the top of the 11th, no score. There is 1 run for each team. Bob Miller comes back to pitch the 11th inning for the Dodgers. Don Buford leads off for the Orioles. 36 is a 33. That's going to be a fly out to right field, caught by Tommy Davis. 1 away. And we forgot to change the rotating dice. Boog Powell. Powell is 1 for 4, singled in the 9th. 1-3 is a base on balls. Slow runner at first base. And now Frank Robinson. Orioles will play it safe. Here's the pitch to Frank Robbie. 25 is a 8. And that's going to be a ground out to third, 5-3. Powell goes to second. And the Orioles will no longer play it safe on the base paths. Brooks Robinson's the hitter with 2 outs. Here's the pitch. 1-1 roll for Brooks Robinson. That's a hit, call, and roll. He is a clutch hitter. 45 is going to be a double. And Boog Powell will score from second base easily. RBI for Brooks Robinson. And the Orioles take a 2-1 lead. Davy Johnson. And with that, there is stirring in the Oriole bullpen. Eddie Watt gets up to get loose. Here's the pitch to Dave Johnson. 52 is a 27. Ground out to Maury Wills at shortstop. 6-3. That's 9 assists for Maury Wills. But the Orioles score once in the 11th. They take a 2-1 lead into the bottom of the 11th inning. Orioles closer Eddie Watt comes in to pitch the 11th. He is a grade AC pitcher with a Y modifier for strikeouts. Frank Howard will be the first hitter for the Dodgers. He's got some power, and the Dodgers would love to turn the tables on the Orioles and do what the Orioles did to them in the bottom of the 9th yesterday. Here's the pitch to Frank Howard. 1-3 is a base on balls. That's a walk to Howard. Timeout. Major Walt Austin is going to call on Dick Tracewski to stretch his legs and pinch run for a lumbering giant, Frank Howard. Dodger bench is not very deep. It's a 20 card set, and it's just not real deep. So, but here's Tracewski. He's a fast runner at first base. There's nobody out, and Ron Fairley comes up. He is 2 for 2, singled and doubled. Also stole a base. Eddie Watt goes into the stretch. Here's the pitch to Ron Fairley. 26 is a 13. It's a swing and a miss. Strike 3. 1 away. Tying runs on first for Johnny Roseborough. He could be the winning run. Here's the pitch. 23 is going to be a 29. That is a Y. And strike 3. Roseborough is a strikeout victim. He goes back to the bench. Second out. It's up to Ken McMullen, the Dodger third baseman. Watt stretches. Here's the throw. 21 is a fly ball to left field. That's catchable. Don Buford is under it, and he makes the catch. That's the ball game. The final score, the 69 Baltimore Orioles 2, 1963 Dodgers 1. We'll be back with a wrap-up. This was a tight, closely fought series, but it only goes 2 games. Won by the Baltimore Orioles, both games by the score of 2-1. We saw pitching galore in this series. The Orioles scored 1 run on 6 hits and 1 error. The Dodgers scored 2 runs on 8 hits and no errors. The winning pitcher for Baltimore was reliever Dick Hall, and Eddie Watt gets a save. The loser is Bob Miller for the Dodgers. Star of the game for the Orioles is Jim Palmer, although he did not figure in the decision. He went 8 innings, 1 earned run, 4 hits, 5 strikeouts, and 3 walks, and that mirrored really Don Drysdale's performance. He went 9 innings, 1 earned run, 4 hits, 5 strikeouts. That was pretty much the same as Palmer. He only walked 2 batters. Brooks Robinson got the game-winning hit, and the Orioles go home happy. They will go to round 2 to take on the winner of the next series. The next series is the 1955 Dodgers hosting the 2007 Colorado Rockies. So that will do it. Wrap it up here from Dodger Stadium. Thanks for watching. Hit the subscribe button and the thumbs up button if you like what you see. Have a good weekend or good day, as this will be posted on Monday. I'm playing it on Saturday. So have a good day, and God bless.